Thank you. Hello and welcome to session 66 of Dreamers of Kiriak. We certainly did some stuff last time. An entire giant tower fell down because of Dispel Magic. It is long-standing tradition in this group that Dispel Magic ends campaigns. And whether or not this ends the campaign, it certainly made something change, and that's pretty cool. The Maiden's Tower fell down. The Maiden did not come back at the time she normally does after that, at the 5 bells in the morning. A large portion of the party went off to the casino. It was everybody except for Nine, I believe. Nine stayed behind, and he did some recovery and rescue effort stuff back in the town, as there was quite a lot of disaster and debris following the tower falling down directly on the guards and random townsfolk. He was like, hey guys, maybe you could be like, mildly hopeful and stuff, and like that'll get you more productive and just like going back about your lives. And they're like, yeah. And he did a big old prayer circle. They were all holding hands and praying. And then he's like, what if I take that shimmery bit of space that's like right there and I just kind of rip it open? And so he did. And he saw something that I, cut the session short last time because I didn't know what it was yet. And so that's where we left off. Am I failing to remember anything important from last session?
Where were we?
You guys were at the casino, right. I believe. The librarian died because he was in the casino, not the casino, in the tower when it collapsed.
And he's about to die because we abandoned him.
Potentially.
Portal to hell.
And I just want to clarify, Nine still has the skull, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is about to become the Doomslayer. That's the other one.
Yes. The sloth is with Asha, is that correct?
Always.
Okay. Always, as in like one or two sessions?
Whenever we remember him.
Yeah. He is kind of just hanging there.
The question is, how many NPCs are with us that we've forgotten that came with us? Sessions and sessions and sessions.
That's a very good question.
Every now and then we just turn around and there's a horde of people.
At the very least, you got 95 dudes at the casino who are soldiers from Wiltz.
I don't think the other soldiers were with us, so they died in the tower.
There were...
The ones we brought with us, because we were just hanging out waiting to visit the maiden in the morning when they decked everything up. I don't think we had our gaggle of soldiers at us when that happened. They were probably
I
sleeping.
think the soldiers would not have lodged in the tower itself.
Oh, so they wouldn't have even been with us when we left. So they're hanging out with Nine.
That's a good point.
Because we just kind of went through a tree.
Right.
And they noped out like they were gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, basically.
As if we had, just destroyed their most important building or something. And caused their deity to not return.
They don't have religion.
Yeah, technically, it's very important to remember you're not worshiping the blessed Saint Aglaia, who we're pointing all of our devotion and adoration to. You're just praying to her so that she can then do the whole, helping everybody and channeling divine energy through her mortal
It's okay,
shell.
she's a warlock patron.
It's not religion, and how dare you say it's religion? That is very wrong.
As long as she's trapped in her little...
We have outlawed religion. So, Nine, the 95 dudes, have they been helping you by this time? If they
Only
stayed
5 dudes, the other 95 are with them.
Yeah, we're at
Okay.
the casino.
That was the disconnect.
95
So you've got
dudes.
5 dudes with you.
Well, the ones they stayed or not, I don't know.
So 9 and the 5 dudes, not to be confused with the 95 dudes.
Well, I assume they came out of wherever they were staying when they heard the gigantic tower fall.
Yeah, but you guys bailed long before you considered whether or not they were even alive.
Well, no, I'm talking about the 95 dudes. I don't know
Oh.
whether they would have stayed at the casino that's not doing anything, or if they would
I
have
don't
just
know,
drifted
ask
off.
They would have stayed as close to you as they can stay, because they believe that is the safest place for them to be. That may be a theory that is becoming less or more and more obviously untrue as they spend more time with you, but like
I warned them.
The casino
They-
is fairly safe as long as we're not there.
like so long as you guys are not actively trying to kill them, they have decided that like just kind of standing behind you is their greatest chance of not getting either lynched by the people of the nation they invaded, or just like red lightning from the sky murdered by a random god of war that may happen to have been, you know, just floating in a cloud.
I do appreciate that 5 minutes after we hired a demolition crew, he destroys like the largest tower in the land at the simplest scale possible.
Yeah, true. Yeah, basically. They didn't really need that crew.
I mean, they might have done it. No, they wouldn't have done it more efficiently. They would have done it probably with a giant monster, though. It probably would have taken them longer amounts of time, and fewer people might have died, but
All they had to do was find the load-bearing wall. That
yeah. You just kind of have a single load-bearing spiral wall going up through the tower. You just
Exactly.
you tap it wrong and the whole thing falls apart. Maybe design flaw. We'll worry about that next tower. Its iteration is the key to success. So 9, you look through this rift in space that you've just created, and you see a shimmering, a shadowy. You don't see a darkness. You see countless shadows overlaid upon each other. Something in your understanding can pick apart the identities of each of the shadows. You're seeing countless mundane objects. It's like you're seeing the whole world overlaid upon itself. You're seeing lamps and beds and kettles and chairs and hills and houses and cats. Just kind of all, you know, just all their shadows overlaid upon one another, creating an obscuring darkness
Is it a
that allows
category?
things to crawl behind and between and underneath and hide. And you're seeing in the middle of all this is a single humanoid shape of a, I suppose, a regularly sized person with a lot of needly protrusions emanating from its silhouette. And it's got a handful of swirly, sort of glowy blue eyes in the middle of its face. And it's just kind of walking toward you.
I don't suppose you're a friend of the maiden.
Go.
Want to enlighten me? We may be.
What year is it?
I say current year.
That means nothing to me.
Who literally
That's
said
the year.
current year.
It's going to try to walk past you. As it walks closer, you feel the coldest sensation you have ever felt in your life. But your body does not react as though the cold was physical. There is no freezing of moisture on your skin. You don't feel the breath in your nose crystallize. It's just, it hurts quite a lot, as though it were really cold.
Well, what if I dispel magic the whole portal?
Would you like to
She warm
do so?
I know this has come up before.
I know it has, I can't remember the answer to the question.
I don't know the question because my left ear isn't working.
I was asking
That's
whether
not
you
good.
were warm-blooded or cold-blooded. Cold-blooded would explain why you're constantly napping.
I think Dragonborn are warm-blooded, and I don't know why I think that.
Because this question's come up before, so we must have...
Dragons are-
Because they don't want to make the because
That
D&D
would be
doesn't
another-
want to try to
yeah.
manage cold-blooded creatures.
This says they're warm-blooded.
Okay, well, there we go.
Despite a passing resemblance to reptilian creatures. It's just a passing resemblance, apparently.
You wouldn't know it based on this one.
Yeah. I'm a dispel magic. Just
Okay.
Nope the whole rift.
Here's where the rift expands.
Yeah, we just want to have a plan at least, dude.
Now, can you remind me? I need to set a target number based on level of spell. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. And can you remind me what the formula is for that?
Well, it's whatever level spell it was. Yeah.
Plus what? Plus
Can't
10.
remember the DC.
Okay.
Well.
You do not close the portal.
Ah, oops.
The figure walks through, turns to you, and says, "You were trying to close me in there, weren't you?"
A little bit. It was the cold thing.
It's going to try to smite you with the theory of maybe part of a sun.
Oh boy.
Does an 18 hit?
Nope. You
A-
were trying to smite with
A
the
bolt
fear.
of blue lightning blasts the ground right next to you, and ice spreads underneath your feet through the portal on both sides.
I think we should start over.
Perhaps. I'm very sleepy. Would you like to be my herald?
What's that entail?
I grant you power beyond imagining.
I've heard
You
that
destroy
a lot.
my enemies.
Heard that a lot too.
You live eternally.
That's a new one.
Technically, we just heard that one from them.
Yeah.
Maybe not a lot though.
And in exchange, you explain to me everything I need to know. And swear loyalty to me for eternity.
I mean, I'll be honest. There have been like a dozen people that wanted me to swear loyalty to them. And
I
some of them I
imagine so.
said yes. Some of them I said no. All of them betrayed me. So you're not really running the numbers with me here right now.
Would you not like to be my herald?
I'm saying I'm on the fence. Let's take a baby step. What is it you want to know?
Everything.
Well,
I've been left to my own devices for quite a long time. I'd like to know who is alive now. And whether that bastard who tricked us all has been dealt with by others that she herself tricked. Or whether she's still running around and pretending she knows what it means to be a god.
Who, the maiden?
I don't know what name she might have given herself, but if that's what comes to mind, then perhaps
Well,
we'll start with that.
when she's not pretending to be an old woman, she's like a squid.
That means nothing to me.
Her and her cohorts managed a bell ritual to keep the gods sealed away. That's
Oh, so yes.
so that one, yeah.
One of her acolytes, yes. I imagine that they all betrayed their founder, just as she led them to betray us.
You wouldn't happen to be one of those gods.
Yes, I thought that was fairly obvious.
Well,
How did you get to me if you did not know who you were getting to?
listen,
That's not
There have-
inspiring much confidence. Perhaps
there
I should
have been
rethink my offer.
several levels of people claiming to be gods, and I just had to
That's
make
quite
sure I was
reasonable.
hitting the god of.
What could I possibly say that could convince you that I am truly a god. It sounds as though the reasonable thing would be to just assume I was yet another poser.
Well, the last ones we just kind of hit with swords and they died.
Would you like to hit me with a sword?
I mean, you haven't deserved it yet. We're restarting from that whole initial hostility.
Now would be the closest thing you have to a chance. If you'd like to become a god slayer, would you like to hit me once?
Nah.
All
I
right.
mean, I'm not big on...
10 minutes might be too late. Just want to warn you.
That's fair. So we've been trying to actually keep you guys sealed away then, but that was because
Yes.
she told us to. We're getting a lot of conflicting information here.
So their systems are failing.
Oh yeah, all of the bell holders are dying and we're supposed to replace them. They went crazy, so we had to kill a bunch of them.
So perhaps we should just wait a few hundred years and it will all work itself out.
I'm not sure you'd even have to wait that long. I think they're just down to 2 of them. And I think we may have just made it so the maiden can never come back here. I think she's
I
trapped
see.
in the dreaming right now.
By the dreaming, what do you mean?
Never been to the dreaming?
I don't know what you mean by the dreaming.
It's where you go when you dream.
Oh, I suppose that makes sense. So you have
Pretty sure she's there right now.
connected your imaginations in some way to magic? Is that just your species?
No.
I notice that all of those who are running in terror do not look like you, so I assume that...
I'm rare. Don't worry about it.
Alright. You did not exist the last I checked. You're people who look like you.
Now we're descended from dragons or something. I'm not sure what the actual anatomical history
Oh,
is.
it has been quite a long time then.
There's no dragons on this planet, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, they haven't been for quite a long time.
Met one on another planet.
We may have to go to other planets.
He seemed okay.
Good.
So are you gonna, like, genocide everybody? Because they were pretty clear that the gods are gonna come back and
Oh,
just
I-
sort of explode everything.
I could not care less about killing. I'll simply, do my work once the killing has ended.
Yeah, who's gonna do all the killing?
I could not care less. Mortals have a way of doing it themselves.
They really do. They were at war, and then one of the people pretending to sort of be a god was killing all of them.
Yes.
That's really getting in the way of the whole war
And they
thing.
died too, didn't they?
Yeah, I killed him
Yes.
with a sword.
As I said, mortals have a way of doing that.
I don't know, man. Personally, I've just been trying to stop an apocalypse.
Well, once more, I could not care less.
Well, if you're not gonna cause an apocalypse, then I don't think we got any beef.
Excellent. Now, how are we feeling about that whole Herald thing?
I think I might need a little more information just on...
Oh yes, that's fair. What would you like to know? I can't imagine what I know that you don't, given this situation. But
Well, why'd you get sealed away in the first place?
because those humans, mortals, I should say, since you don't seem to be one, unless you are what passes for human these days.
Nah, that'd be the humans.
They always they always speak about seizing their destiny and freeing themselves from the divine. I have to imagine there's still talk about that, especially if there are still those who call themselves gods.
Yeah, that was basically the Maiden's whole agenda was no gods, but also worship me.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But I was gonna go along with what she said, because
Yeah, that
the whole
sounds right.
potential genocide by the gods thing that everyone kept talking about.
Why
But
would the
honestly,
gods genocide
I don't know.
people?
I mean, I think you might be the only actual real god now.
Interesting. Well, that might be something to tend to if you decided to take up my offer.
I'm considering it.
Yeah.
Because the other people that were trying to tell me what to do to seal you away went insane, except the maiden, who turns out sucks, I guess.
So what else do you want to know?
I think we should confront the maiden.
You said she's not there anymore.
Well, no.
But she is in this other place that you say is connected to the dreams of mortals.
Yeah. And she might come back from there. She's not like trapped there, I don't think.
Oh, then we could conjure her.
Yeah, let's do that. And then we can just sort of like see how she reacts to you being here.
Do you have other minions?
Exactly what I said.
I would like to know what sort of resources I might be gathering around myself. It would be good to establish a cult as quickly as possible to gather the adoration of as many mortals as possible.
That probably isn't hard. They really like worshiping stuff.
Yes. They do seem to be running at the moment, which is quite natural.
Oh yeah.
Their souls are probably being clenched with abject, fundamental fear of loneliness and darkness.
I feel that. That's the whole dispel magic was just like fight or flight instinct.
Oh yes.
I think we're cool now.
So you're ready to become my herald?
Maybe. I know these 3 other assholes that are the worst
really?
people I've ever met in my entire life and keep killing innocent
People.
people.
Are you demanding that I exterminate them? Because I can give you the power to do that yourself. It is
No, they're
much more fulfilling to do it yourself. I promise.
Now they're on basically equal footing with me. power-wise.
Interesting.
We were working together to fight the people that
Will you
sealed
take me
away.
to them?
I mean, they're real far away. I don't know if you can like teleport or anything.
Yes.
Oh,
Shit, it's more useful for me.
A bunch of needles protrude off this thing's silhouette. The thing is just looks like 1,000. Is the shadows of 1,000 people all just kind of overlaying on each other, and the needles reach out and start just kind of crawling toward your brain. Do you mind?
Just find the last location.
I mean that seems
that
like
tree
it'll
went.
hurt.
Yes, it will hurt quite a lot. Maybe the worst pain you've ever experienced.
I've experienced.
There will be no lasting damage.
I've experienced some pain. Let me tell you. You know, I could just like give you latitude and longitude.
No, that would also work.
Have you ever felt the pain of no gravy?
So long as what you mean by latitude and longitude are what they once meant, which is quite unlikely.
Nah, like I can show you a map.
Oh, that also works. So long as the continents are still in their former places.
I mean,
You must understand, I do not know how, by any measure, how long it has been. I can make no assumptions.
yeah, but you could just see where they are on the map.
What do you mean by map? Can you please show me?
Just go look at the nearest tree and see where it went last. He's a god. He can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find this dude a map.
Okay.
Follow the smell of the witchy dwarf.
You find the map. Oh, the
What?
geography has not changed much. It could not have been more than a few hundred years. That's surprising.
Yeah, so we're about Nya. And
Nya.
what we're gonna do is go down to this place Nya. It's like a casino.
You're immediately in front of the casino.
That was cool.
Yes.
I don't think the maiden could teleport. us to that.
Everything feels really cold inside the casino. Real quick, it feels like, I mean, it's a chilly place, but it suddenly feels like 20 degrees colder. Like the orphans have nailed up all of the drafts, so it really shouldn't feel this cold. However,
What the hell did you do?
none of you can see your breath in front of you, which is what you would expect from this feeling of coldness.
Oh, there's nobody here. Why would we run the heat?
When you pay the bills,
Yeah, but why is it colder now? What did you do?
they shut the heat off.
Just
Yeah.
now.
I know how utilities
Anyone
work.
else
So they just
feeling
keep
suddenly like
stealing
hang out
things
when
and
they-
killing the wrong people. And there's one that keeps poisoning kids.
Yes,
and they
that-
say it's. I don't really believe
That
it.
sounds like mortals, yes.
And they're basically just straight awful. So if you get like the slightest inkling that you should execute them, I won't feel bad at all.
Why would I want to execute that?
I don't know. I'm just saying if it
All right.
comes through your brain and you're like, hey, what?
Understood.
9 kills the rest of the party would be my favorite. Perfect.
The door just opens. Any locks that were engaged just immediately disengage. Any traps that were trapped on the door neatly and carefully untrap themselves. and the door swings open, and you see, those of you who might be near the door, Na'in and just a shadowy silhouette with a whole bunch of needles poking off. With a whole bunch of glowy blue eyes just kind of swirling around where the face should be.
So that's what happened to it.
I don't remember the maiden looking like that. Is that the maiden?
Nah, this is one of the gods we were trying to seal.
This is the blue-eyed dude. Sucked through
It's
the
like blue
hole.
eyes. Is that what he turned into?
Are you a bell?
No.
Are you
Well-
sure?
But I suppose it depends on what you mean by bell.
Well, I know a guy who's got eyes and is a bell and blue.
I doubt that is me.
We've got a bell you could ring if you want to see what one's like.
Are you like his brother or something?
I do not know who this is you speak of. So these are those you spoke of.
No, they're not smart, and they're very evil. But they are powerful.
You're kind of
Yes.
hot.
I seek heralds. I seek the foundation of occults. Would you all like immortality?
Wait.
And power beyond imagination?
I can found a
I don't
cult.
know about that one.
That,
but
yes.
Oh my god, sign me up.
You actually don't need me to do that.
Slayer will just parry death. Just uncanny dodges the old age.
Death saving throws. Our dexterity saving throws for you.
But this will be a cult with some backbone.
Yes.
Sign me up.
All right.
So does he still look the same to us with the eye worms there?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
You see, if you have the true eyes, and anybody who has true sight, I suppose, you see, rather than just a whole bunch of shadows overlaid on each other, you see like an infinite line of shadow stretching behind the silhouette. Whenever the front shadow moves, there's like a tiny delay, and then all the shadows behind follow
Nah,
in just an infinite line.
we haven't been gone that long. Where the hell did you find this one?
The figure to true sight only has two eyes, but when it shifts, you can see the eyes of all the shadows behind it just kind of shining through, giving the appearance of a whole bunch of eyes on one face.
I used thoughts and prayers to turn everything reality.
You pray?
No, everyone else did.
Oh, okay. You didn't seem the sort.
Yeah, it turns out there were a lot of survivors at that city you destroyed for no reason.
I had nothing to do with that.
It was your idea.
No, oddly, I didn't have
I think it would be quite poetic if they were the beginning of our army.
Yeah, I
we already
guess.
have an army
So,
here.
yeah, you're one of the gods, right? Not like one of the saints.
Yes. An actual god, yes.
We're already like 75% on your side, I think, based on our actions.
Except for him, 'cause he keeps kissing up to that slut.
We're on his side based on our ineptitude, not.
Right. The one that was like Splatoon, but all fucked up. Yeah, that
Yeah.
What is Splatoon in universe? Is that like cockfighting, but you have squids?
probably.
If you poke them real hard, they might ink
It's
at each
something I
other.
saw in the dreaming.
Did she come back, by the way?
Nah.
No. She's still hiding?
No, but we may conjure her and trap her.
No, I want to kill
So
her.
we did a bit of-
Oh, I would
contracted
like
to
her
kill
to not die for quite a long time. I would like to show her what it
What are you
means to
offering
be
me to not kill her?
endless power and life everlasting.
Already got that.
I will also not kill her for that.
Yeah, it seems like we did a bit
Alright.
of a switcheroo. That's fine with me, but I have one question.
Oh yes.
So,
He can't be trusted. He'll just go with whatever side he thinks is.
well, yeah, but I'm just
That is
asking-
quite logical.
So you know there are ants, right?
Yes, there are mortal ants. Yes,
probably, yes. Okay. And there are mazes.
yes,
And ants can go in mazes. How do you feel about all that?
they're ants.
I promise you that all the ants will be on your side.
All ants
Are you-
will
Are
die.
you for ants
No.
in mazes, or are you for free?
I could not care less.
Okay. I'm okay with this guy. It's much better than the maiden. She seems
Oh, yeah, she was
in
terrible.
mazes. Yeah.
Mostly because she agreed with her.
Yeah.
Or he agreed with her.
I sense there may be some friction.
Oh, he's an idiot. You can't trust anything he says.
I see. That's what we have contracts for.
He thinks he's a dragon, but he's a lizard.
I see.
I don't think I'm a dragon. I'm a dragonborn.
The dragon said you were no dragon, so. He said you were a lizard.
No, he didn't.
Pretty
He
sure
didn't
did.
know what lizards were.
What kind of a dragon doesn't know what lizards are? I suppose if that was the dragon on another planet who you mentioned, that might make sense.
The dragon said outright that you're a lizard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he
We
did.
most certainly did.
I would not forget something like that.
That was the greatest moment I've had so far with you.
Never happened.
Okay.
So my cult will have 3 founding members, and you can do whatever you wish. You'll die eventually. That's what mortals do. It's none of my concern.
Wait, I thought you were promising us immortality.
But yes, if you join my cult, he did
I'm
not
gonna
seem
leave
to
your
express
cult.
interest. You might want to take that up with my herald, who freed me from my prison. So
He's
you'll
an
have
asshole. I don't know
seniority.
what royal than he is.
Well,
You just saw him first.
She's also
Yes.
a lot more powerful than he is.
Neither of those things is true.
He runs like a bitch.
among immortals, politics is one of the prime ways of amusing yourself across tens of thousands of years. I'm sure you will have many opportunities to rise within the structures of whatever society you
I have
decide
already
to invent for
established
yourself.
this casino as the main base of your cult compound.
It's not your casino.
It is
There you
now.
go.
You want to take that up with him?
Whose casino?
Yes.
Is the immortality thing like a done deal, or can that be like exchanged for something else?
Whatever you desire will be
Oh,
probably given to you.
excellent.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
that was
sure
my
I
question,
can't die, so.
You can even give up your immortality if you wish, if you would prefer to die. Mortals tend to not enjoy not being mortal. It's something with the brains.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, I could change your brain so you did not have the opportunity to, or the capacity
Maybe
to
he
no
can tell you
longer
where the
desire
chosen
it.
one is.
Maybe. I felt like we were kind of past that at this point.
Oh.
I don't know. It seemed like once we moved on to killing
Hey
saints
God,
and stuff.
do you hear the music?
Oh, it's good.
There are many who are singing and humming and playing music within quite a great distance.
Mission accomplished.
Maybe
Which
he is the music.
That would make sense.
which do you wish to know more about?
Do you project music into random dudes' brains?
I could if I desired.
Or do you?
I am not.
Have you?
I don't think I ever have, no.
Have you ever like chosen somebody as like a chosen one?
Right there.
How's it
Oh,
going?
okay, so we found the chosen one. Yeah. Okay.
I have a seat you need to sit on. Clench everything. Clench like a
Life
low
depends on it.
One cheek on one half, one cheek on the other.
I don't think so.
Dude, lizards have cheeks.
Dragonborn probably.
Dragonborn, it would be very uncomfortable to sit as a Dragonborn if they didn't. I have to.
I'm pretty sure the
assume.
ass is a development of bipedalism, not of whether or not you're a mammal.
Probably hard to walk without cheeks.
Where is the cloaca in that system?
Between them, I assume.
Yeah, but
It's-
where? Is it like up front or
I,
behind?
I couldn't tell you.
These are the real questions we need to be asking Wizards of the Coast. just accurate.
Nine needs to stir just so we can check him out.
Get on there. Go on.
Pure
D&D
curiosity.
Beyond. There's got to be a place to ask questions.
I'm sure D&D Wiki has.
Taylor,
Where
can you
is the
draw
cloaca?
a? Can you draw?
I am not drawing Dragonborn Cloaca. Sorry, that is where I draw the. line.
Crawford wakes up one day and is like, I guess I go see what stupid questions they have about the rules on Twitter these days. Let me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they want to know about Rule 34.
Where is the cloaca? And how does it differ from?
Will it be in the
you know?
same place? In,
Tomorrow it's
one
gonna be
D&D there.
Jared
whatever
Crawford
they're
has
going.
resigned.
In one D&D, you get to choose where that color is.
At level 3.
That is the perfect amount of nonsense.
Or
Yes.
maybe you could move it, proficiency times per day.
Every time you level, you can swap it with different genitalia.
No.
Respect.
Versatile.
That's it. Only if you're a druid.
We're just getting to changeling with extra stuff.
It takes a use of wild shape if you want to do it more than that.
Very localized wild shape.
Yes. So,
That's called alter self.
shall we draw up our contract then?
God, another one of those contracts. You realize we don't actually read these things, right?
I could not care
I'll
less.
sign literally
Okay.
anything.
Yeah, I'm getting the vibe that contracts are like a really old magic or something like that at this point.
One might say they are all magic.
Yeah.
I am really just a contract when you come down to it.
Let me just run
One of
a
the
whole
first contracts.
thing by you.
Yeah.
You know that bell blue thing that it yammered about? That's like important.
I remember the yammering, yes.
So there was this guy who was like a blue squid, and he turned into a bell. And he was real insistent on tearing open the bell seals, keeping you people
Yes.
sealed away. And I don't know where he is now. He sort of jumped through one.
I'm afraid I have no knowledge of that whatsoever. So you think he may have already started a cult?
He made a contract, and I think he broke it or we broke it. I wasn't really paying attention. It wasn't with me.
Well, no, he
All right.
broke it.
So what do you want me to do?
So I can't tell if he was on your side or if his plan was to eat you.
Well, I know nothing of him, so I don't think that it matters.
If we bring you to the bell that he went through, will you be able to tell where he went?
I can know nothing of that without seeing it for myself.
Yeah, it was right about here.
If it can be gone through, why did you not go after?
We couldn't go after because he sealed it when he jumped through it.
Then why do you think I could go through? If it was
you're a god, why are
Aren't
there
you a
things you
god?
can't do?
well, if he had that capacity, he could probably keep anybody from going through. It takes quite a lot to open and close the things that have kept us sealed for
Could
however
you
long it's
tell
been.
which other god was over there?
Potentially.
You can-
Very unlikely, but it's possible.
He'll probably show back up again.
Yeah, he might be a herald of the other god. You might want a heads up on that one.
Well, if he was a herald, you would probably know by now. Because he would have probably been out. Nobody would want to stay where they were. So if he went through and he isn't back, he probably can't get back.
Can you communicate with the other gods?
No.
Why not?
They're sort of away,
He doesn't seem
Being-
like he can do anything more than the other ones.
sealed off by things very specifically created
If they got
via
an
contract to
anti-god
stop us
wall-
from walking back and forth.
Are we supposed to kill this one? Is this the fourth one we're supposed to kill?
No.
I don't think so, no.
No.
Not one of the saints.
They all seem kind of interchangeable.
If another god does
We
show
were-
up with this guy, kill that guy immediately. The guy, the bell guy. If
Well-
he shows up with another god,
If he shows up with another god, why would I want to kill him?
because he's terrible.
Yeah, he kind of sucks. He was working.
That would be very rude.
What if it is something that
He's
we
your
want as
enemy.
part of our plan?
I want that in my
So-
contract.
Do we get a bell from you?
I know nothing of bells.
People give us a lot of bells.
Bells are.
I have no idea
How are
why.
we supposed to summon you if you don't give us a bell?
That's form a prayer and I will hear you.
Thoughts and prayers, like Matt said. Yeah.
What does the prayer sound like?
Pray. Do you not know what prayer? I
don't know
suppose
what
you have.
Yeah, they basically outlawed prayer.
Close your eyes
Your
and
girlfriend outlawed prayer, dude.
close your eyes and form my name.
What is your
in
name?
Risa.
Reese's?
You have really forgotten.
I never knew it.
They basically scrubbed y'all from history.
Well, I was once called the goddess of hiding, of lost things,
Wait,
of
you're a
dying
girl?
alone. Is it not clear?
You don't have boobies.
Are we not supposed to die alone? Was that a thing?
I was raised by frogs. I don't know what your name
I don't
is.
remember if dying alone
Your
makes you a zombie or keeps you
civilization-
from being
oh,
a
yeah, it
zombie.
does.
Is,
Yeah, so that's probably something to do with you. The whole dying
yes.
alone
This
thing.
is
Yeah.
a check.
You're.
Yes, I take
Oh, okay.
I take the spirits of those who die alone
No
into
wonder
myself.
You switched side. You just went from one
oh, that's why you
deranged
look
woman
like
to another
somebody.
deranged woman.
Okay,
I said she was hot. Does that make me a lesbian?
I don't know.
That opens up whole new possibilities.
I don't know. Listen, all I'm really aware of is that I can tear open holes in reality with enough chanting and my bare hands and free all of your god friends. Because it worked on you, and I wasn't even trying to find you. I think it was just because I was at where they were using a bell to seal you away. So if we go to the other one, the
Interesting.
blue guy did, I can probably just open
Dude,
that,
you
tear
were
him
not
out of
wrecking
there.
my house.
There's not one here.
Not here.
We have to go
The
to
soldier's house.
We have to go to the whirly-doo.
I suppose it's worth a shot.
The whirly do, yeah, that's right.
I don't know that I necessarily care.
Take
If
us
they-
to the whirly-doo.
If
Do
they,
Yeah, what's your relationship with the other gods?
we are coexistent. I've never been able to explain it to mortals in a way that,
Do you
Made
find
sense
yourselves
to you.
frequently trying to kill each other?
no,
Then we're fine.
Are you hiring us to kill people?
no, I couldn't care less about whether you kill people or not.
You did.
I mean,
mention
when-
destroying your enemies, but I think that.
Well, yes, but I'm
Then
getting the
what
sense
are
more and
you
more
supposed
that
to
nobody really would consider me their enemy. But if there were those who would
Well, there
consider
were 4, and we killed 2, and there's the one that's trapped. We might want to kill them just to be sure. And then there's a 4th one. We don't know where they
me.
are.
Well, if I were to ask you at some point to kill my enemies,
So he can sit there and
you would have to do that. There are none at the moment I would consider my enemies.
Well, they were capable of keeping y'all sealed away. So.
Well, yes, once it happens,
Well,
it's
the
not
maiden
difficult
is
to
definitely
do.
your enemy, and the blue guy is also your enemy.
Well, then you kill them unless they happen to be
Well, we might need your help doing that.
all right.
But what is it you're wanting us to do for you?
Oh, to found my cult.
Do you have like a
That's-
seat
okay, that's
or
her.
a center of you, like a place, a
Um,
home
Your capital.
on Earth?
not anymore, I don't suppose, but that's
Where-
been for quite a long time.
Where was it?
Well, it's not very. It's not efficient. I don't like having a capital. It's much nicer to just have a cult that spreads across the entire world.
But it needs a center of power.
If you would like to have a center, choose a center.
This,
Make
right
that
here.
the center.
The casino.
The casino.
Then this will be the
That's his
center.
casino, and
It's-
he's not even part of this.
Can this be the center of our cult?
How much is he paying?
It's a casino. You don't need money.
It'll draw traffic here.
I think Asha just said the stupidest thing that he has ever heard. It's a casino. They don't need money. Do you just turn away and never speak to them again?
I'm trying to think of something to say.
It's already here.
Would you like a mountain made of gold? I could conjure one of those from the sea. It would be quite pretty. You could look at it whenever you wished.
Well,
You could scrape gold from it whenever you wished, I suppose.
So what I'm hearing is this guy is better than the blue guy.
but we don't get a bell.
Well,
I could make you a bell if you wish for a
We
bell.
don't need the bell.
Can you
It's
make
even
it so we
better.
can summon you with the bell?
Yeah, if you wish.
Make a bell.
Oh, that makes it even.
Oh.
It can ring a prayer when it is rung if you wish that.
I want it.
A bell appears in your hand. It is made of gold, the most brilliant gold you've ever seen. It is covered in beautiful, intricate engravings that say the name of the goddess Risa in all sorts of scripts.
The one that we've been carrying around that we have no idea why the hell we have it.
It emits a beautiful tinkling sound if you ring it.
I hereby found the cult of Reese's, and I. Can I have this place to found the cult?
Well, I think
Can I have this place to found the
my
cult?
orphans are probably going to object to
Are
this.
you
They're
getting the
literal
whole they're
children.
stupid and evil
I will
thing
give
yet?
them
'Cause they're-
like positions.
They are mortals.
I don't think they need possession.
Yeah.
Have you given thought to like what?
So what you're
members
saying
of
is you
your
want to
cult
rent
should
the
be called?
building from me?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you can
Okay.
rent the building.
I
from me. We'll
I
figure the
leave all
details
that to you.
I was thinking like if we could be called Puffs, so we could be Reese's Puffs.
Yes.
We could have a song that goes. To
No.
I feel as though this has deep cultural meaning for you, so I will not oppose it.
Alternate idea. We are pieces. We are Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
I hereby establish the cult of Reese's. We are pieces. We are in the casino as our base.
Another gold, a golden orb covered in similar carvings to the bell just now hangs in the air in the middle of you. And Risa says, simply place your palm upon the contract,
I do it immediately.
and a flood of understanding washes into your mind, and you just understand the essence of, I got to do everything she tells me, and she'll she'll give me stuff that I ask for, and I get to like live forever if I want to, or not. And like if I disobey, I'm gonna get turned into a big ol' ice cube.
Can I be the Grand High Priestess?
Yes.
Awesome.
Do you accept the terms of this contract?
Yes.
Any and all of you, it is quite vital that we settle this matter right now.
I am considering it, but do you have any like?
I thought you were the herald.
Do you have any like
That
qualms
ranks below
about
Grand High Priestess.
that mushroom-covered
Well, yeah, did
awful
he-
thing
did he say
fucking a gnome
she-
so hard
that
that
he
they
was
turned
the
into a
herald?
cockroach
I
man?
thought his name was
Because
Why would I care about the affairs of mortals?
I don't know.
it's
I don't know what his
very
actual name
abominable.
is.
That's what mortals do. They do
I think he's
things
just
of that
supposed
nature.
I really don't think anyone's ever done any of that before.
Perhaps not. Mortals are creative.
I'm
They are
innovative as fuck.
innovative. But it is nothing of a flavor that mortals have not done before, nor will do again.
I'm a groundbreaker.
It truly matters
You're a gnome
not.
breaker.
Yes. I am Ashit the Gnome Breaker.
You're the gnome wrecker.
My children will all come from broken gnomes.
That's unfortunate.
Your family crest is the garden.
Strange, I just felt disgust.
You'll feel that a lot with this one. You may want to tune out their prayers sometimes because they're all going to be weird.
That would not abide by the terms of the contract.
Wait, the terms of the contract means I get whatever I want?
Yes. Did
Oh God, do you realize what you've just done?
I have founded
No.
my cult upon
you
this
don't
earth.
realize what you've just done.
I need to change my name.
What about the two of you? Will you
Yeah,
join with me?
As long as I've got enough time to pursue, like in my own time, of course, not during work.
Yes, I do not foresee
Perfect.
there being any times I should need to call upon you once the cult is established across this planet. You get the same understanding. You swoosh.
The knowledge flows into me, and I.
Who was the other person y'all contracted?
There's a lot of contracts.
Because there was the blue guy, and then there was someone else after that.
Will you be my herald? You've had time to think about it.
It was somebody from the monster.
So what title did you get?
Oh yes, you have not chosen a title. Would you like a
I got a
title?
title. He got a
Mortals-
title.
Head chef.
You may be the head chef of Risa.
I had a question, but I can't remember it.
Well, that's because you haven't touched upon.
Would you like
anything.
that mountain of gold? Would that
No.
induce you?
Kiriak.
What
One-
could I
one-
offer
one of
you
us
to?
has to be able to act independently here.
Oh shit.
In case fucking shit
First
goes south.
of her name. Grand High.
I appreciate the candor. I will
If you
no
need
longer
things-
invite you.
Well, if you need things done, I
How do
will
you
hire
spell
out on
Risa?
a case-by-case basis here.
RISA.
Grand High Priestess of Risa.
She seems oddly focused, maybe, on getting you specifically to sign the contract. Definitely more so than the other two. That could just be because you have the power to open.
No, I
God
considered
gates.
that maybe this is that other dipshit whose tower we dropped. It's just come back in a different form, because
They didn't seem coherent enough for that. But I do have one last thing.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Zone of Truth on your ass. And you're gonna willingly fail.
Yes, she will submit to the zone of truth.
Are you gonna cause another apocalypse?
No, that would be counter to my interests. I want mortals to flourish on this earth and give me their devotion.
Are you gonna, like, eat all the ones that don't worship you?
No, mortals will die, and then they will join me. If they die alone. That is the way of things.
So, no more world-ending catastrophes secretly because of you.
I must imagine that others will try.
Well, I mean,
to
just
perform
from
these, it
you
would be-
specifically.
From me, no. I want literally the opposite of that.
All right, cool. I slap the orb.
Right, you have slapped the orb, you receive that same knowledge, and you make a contract.
Am I-
Orbs also puts a paw. A hoof.
You take 16 damage or whatever.
Am I higher in rank than he is? Am I higher
No.
in your graces?
You are just the you're the rank that you.
Herald. His entire job is
It's they're like parallel. You're in separate branches.
Okay.
So is his name changed to Harold Dix now?
Harry for short.
The Herald
Harry
of Dicks.
Yes.
As your
Harry
first
Dix. Nice.
task as my herald, give to me the skull that is in your possession.
Maybe.
You have to.
I'm like
What reason
50
do you have
Because
to
it might
disobey?
eat you.
You can't disobey him.
It might just eat you. It tends to do that.
Please place it upon the ground. We will see whether it has that capacity.
Just like cut off a finger or something and see if it eats it.
Maybe
Yeah, can you
need
like
to-
make a ball of yourself to me just touch the skull with and see if it eats that first? Because
Yes.
it really does just kind of eat
She puts up her
guns.
hand, the
Give
hand
her one
turns
of your
into
balls.
a skull. The skull just kind of drips off her arm onto the ground.
Alright, cool, I'm gonna touch the skulls together, and if it eats this, you're not getting it.
You touched her
That-
balls.
Because
That makes
The only balls
sense.
he's ever seen.
consider it being in your defense here.
Maybe he's just hungry. We need to fill it up with food first. Or something.
Yeah, I don't trust this friggin' skull. It's
Yeah.
It is
You don't
the
trust-
malformed body of an infant god.
Yeah, we actually heard that before.
Did we?
So
Yeah.
he's just hungry.
It contains many things that I would very much like to examine.
Yeah, it's got a lot of people in there that betrayed me. That's why the Zone of Truth thing was so important.
So the
Oh.
skulls will try to eat each other if you put them near each other. It's quite majestic to behold. They're just kind of like unhinging their jaws and gnawing at
So-
each other.
Man, this is better than Beyblade.
Yeah, so you said that one was like an infant god. Did you just like give birth to another infant god right there? Is
But
that-
I made a
Baby skulls fight. It's
I
like
dropped a
battle
bone.
Just like athletes
I
do.
see. Okay, yeah, I thought so.
It is not a god. It is the malformed body of something that could have been a god
Oh,
one day.
I see. Okay.
It is quite primitive,
Basically, it's a clump of cells, so don't worry.
essentially.
Okay.
I see. Okay. I don't know what a cell is, but I got it.
Can we just
It's
watch
where you
them
put
fight
prisoners.
for a minute and then
Right.
They will just continue to be at an impasse forever. She says, yes, I think I can handle it.
Shadowy one.
Can we put them in a cage as like a
Three gold
centerpiece
coins
of
in
the
the
lobby
shadowy
of
one,
the
you
casino?
No,
Why not?
that would be
I was-
terribly irresponsible.
is anything magic that gets near it just gets
I'm
eaten?
betting on which skull.
Hey, I got $5
The only
on that.
way,
On which
on
one?
the god skull.
the only way it could have devoured me is if I was far, far, far more weakened than I am now.
Well, people
Perhaps if
said
I was
that and then
reaching
it
through-
worked, so
When you say people, what do you mean?
well, there was this one guy, and there was this other guy that exploded heads who said he was a god, but
Oh,
and then
Wait, who was that?
the head exploder that told
Yeah, the
you
head
people to
exploder.
find out me.
Yeah, who did he end up
he
being?
said that he was the father, is who he called himself.
Did he die?
He got sucked into the skull.
He got sucked into the skull
Okay.
off screen
I can't remember these things.
by another
There's
guy
been a lot
who
of
killed after he ate another unborn, never
How do
born
you
god
remember
thing.
all
So the head exploding guy is in the skull.
Yes, he
But the
tried to
skull
tell
was
me
not
to do
exploding.
things.
Correct. Funny how that works, I suppose.
Yeah, that's kind of an ironic way
I
to
can't even
go.
make sense of my own notes. Tonight.
So a tentacle slithers out of her arm, attaches to her skull that's on the ground, and it just widens and eats the amethyst skull, which, like a snake swallowing a mouse, there's just like a
So-
bulge in the
So
arm.
you've carried this thing around, wouldn't show it to anybody, but this person you met like 10 minutes ago, you're just giving it to.
You realize the only reason I kept that thing
Is to keep it out of our hands.
it is so I could eat powerful things with it, and it's not even working on this one. So like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, we're at a new level of that being.
I mean, you could still eat other people just because you can't eat this one.
It was like my get out of jail free card.
just-
The
Yeah,
blue-
but
Her,
just
the
cashed
skull
it in for
sprouts
nothing.
through
You got nothing out
her
of it.
face, and the shadows just like make flesh around the skull,
Oh.
and the eyes just kind of all align within the sockets.
Now we know how Palpatine came. It was 9.
If we need something to eat things, can't we just ask for something that can eat things now?
Yeah, we tried that once before, and then he was a dick.
Right.
What do you need eaten? I
don't
can
think we
provide.
right now, but yeah.
Yeah, we usually just stab all of our problems, so it never even really came
Yeah, it
up.
was a hypothetical.
Then
Honestly, it only caused problems. Remember that red thing it ate? We had to eat his sword for it.
I didn't take out the death bell.
you have the death bell.
Can you tell me anything about this?
It is a powerful piece of planar magic.
Where did things go when they ring this?
It connects to the astral plane, it looks like.
Can you get people back from it?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
It's been months since you did that. I don't think anyone can live in the astral plane for that long.
Can anybody live in the astral plane for that long?
There are many inhabitants of the astral plane. Mortals? Probably not. Depends on the mortal, I suppose.
What would happen if you rang it?
I would transport to the astral plane.
Could you come back?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There are a few fingers of gods tied to it. It'd be like shaking hands.
Oh.
I don't know why I would need to ring it. That just seems rude.
Hey, you ever know someone who just left reality?
Yes.
Because we knew a guy, he did
It's
that.
a few times. Very difficult to do, but it can be done.
He brought a
Would
guy
you-
who was a horse.
Yeah, he got drank.
So if a guy
Interesting.
hypothetically were to be drunk and turn into a horse and disappear, could you bring him back?
It depends on where he went.
Yeah.
If he left reality, not really. I sort of live in this reality.
Probably went to Eberron or something. Who knows? Something.
Some level 1 of entering party is gonna rent a horse, and it's just gonna be him.
If hypothetically we knew a guy that was removed from his skin
This is a strange
and
conversation.
killed 3 times, would you be able to bring him back? Sexy as
Who the
ever.
hell would want him back?
Bringing people back from death is not
Don't bring that one back. He's
not
nothing but
something that
trouble.
is done.
He is not going to
lightly.
help your. The other one would probably help your cult immensely. The one that got turned into a horse.
Did he die alone? Because then he'd already be part of it, right?
No, there were a lot of people involved.
Oh no, he killed him.
That's right. Okay, so it's not
No.
probably outside of
The one that got turned into a horse. Who the hell knows? I don't know. He just floated away with some other dude.
That does raise an interesting question.
Yes.
If people die alone and they go to you, where did the other people go?
Somewhere where none of the gods can reach them.
Uh-huh.
I don't know where that is on account of I can't reach them.
Yeah, no, that tracks. Okay.
Did they go to a different god?
We've always assumed it's a more pleasant experience.
What is the experience with you?
It's what happens when mortals die. They're with me forever.
So Wrath is with you right now.
I don't know who that is.
Didn't you kill him?
Yes,
no,
partially.
he didn't die
The first time he
alone.
died, he was alone in his bed.
When they
Because
become
he was
me,
already
they
dead
stop
when I
being
came
them.
downstairs.
That's true.
This is also a concept that's quite difficult to explain.
Do you have a guy that's got his skin and his body, 2 different things?
I am many people.
Well,
I am
but
most
he-
people.
You're very confusing.
But he wasn't that way when he died.
He was that when he died the second time.
Well, yeah, but I don't think you die a second time.
He
I
did.
don't think that was.
I was
canon.
there.
Yeah, it was just like meat and bone.
You're undead, and then you just what?
The first time he
Are
exploded
no
in a
longer
chair.
animated. You disanimate. You don't die. I don't know.
Oh yes,
I'm not
undead are something else. They're not really people.
But he
But-
died.
Now that's racist.
The bodies
Wonderful cup of skeletons.
the bodies must have been alive in certain circumstances to become what you mortals call undead, but you're not bringing people back. It's quite unpleasant for everybody involved.
Yeah, that thing you do with the mushrooms is awful.
A little bit.
And I could be talking about anything you've ever done with a mushroom.
I've done a lot of things with mushrooms.
Okay.
Things you don't want to know about.
So
you over
Yes.
there run the undead around like a damn puppet on a string.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't make them.
when that sloth you've got is on something
Yes.
and they die, is it kind of like what happens with you and people? Do the people just like go eat the sloth and?
It's. I have no idea what that creature is.
The sloth kind of waves. I forget his name.
I did not notice it until you pointed it out.
It's
I didn't
very
remember it
similar.
till you pointed it out.
It is very still. I have a very hard time seeing it. It doesn't have. It's not really alive.
What?
It's something else.
Oh.
Very.
Can you communicate with him?
No.
Oh. Can
I'm
you
somewhat
communicate
perturbed
with
by
him?
this.
I can't speak with animals.
You can speak with the sloth.
Ask him what his name is, because I forget.
Hey yo, what's your name, friend?
I am sloth.
His name is Sloth.
Oh,
Okay.
that's convenient.
That's convenient. Nice. How does it feel when you eat a soul? Does it like become part of you?
Feels mighty tasty.
Ask him where he came from.
Where did you come from?
I came from sloth and sloth. They were my sloths.
What?
See, you came from sloth and sloth. There were sloths.
You're like a Pokemon.
I don't think Pokemon just replace every noun with sloth.
He's a partial Pokemon.
No, he's a smurf.
Oh.
When you eat those other things you've been eating that are not souls, what
Like
happens
food?
with them? Do they
Like-
become a part of you?
I guess they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
It's fun eating. When you go to sleep, what happens with the things that become a part of you? Do they also sleep?
Probably.
I've
Sloth's
been
a
thinking about that a
philosopher.
lot. It's a slothifer.
Well, I only eat fish. I don't know if fish dream or not.
Oh,
Do fish even sleep?
I don't know what fish are.
Do fish have souls?
Yeah, have you ever had a fish soul before? We should try that.
Seeing as how I don't know what a fish is, I have to say no.
Do all souls just kind of taste the same?
So I asked for something that can
Sort of.
hold on to souls. Can we retrieve the souls? Because it just sounds like they're food to you.
You can't talk to him.
Well, I
unless you
assume we're
cast.
going through him as a translator.
Oh, I'd never uneaten a soul before. I wonder if I. Oh yeah, I could do it.
Because you were given to me as a soul container
Oh.
with the idea that we'd be able to retrieve them.
I was wondering why sloth and sloth and sloth and sloth and sloth and sloth were no longer with me. I had just assumed it was because I had accidentally eaten them.
Do you like being here with us, with me?
No, not in the slightest.
But you can be the
It is a
mascot.
living
I
nightmare.
imagine you're hungry.
You can be the mascot for this cult.
I don't know what any of those words you just said
It's a
were.
really good thing. People
All right,
will,
then,
people will
I-
adore you and worship you.
I will decide to no longer be in a living nightmare and instead to be a mascot of a cult. This is the best day of my life.
I love this
Are we
guy.
gonna feed human sacrifices to the sloth for our cult?
Yeah,
Is that what's
probably.
happening? Oh, no.
Can you communicate with me without going through him?
I don't think
was
that
a
I
really weird
can.
sentence to translate
On-
on my end, but
Considering that you are the only person who has been so polite as to talk with me, I cannot understand
don't worry.
Why that-
Stupid spell.
yeah, don't worry. I am like
why that tree
98
continues to not talk to me while asking that I talk
yeah,
to
I
it.
know. I'm like 98% sure if she put like 5 minutes of thought into it in the morning, she could do this too. But
Quite disrespectful.
Okay, first of all, I'm not that tree. I am Ashit, first of her name. Hang on. I forget the rest of it.
the sloth has been hanging from you for a
Grand
while.
High
so-
Priestess
so
of
it's a
Reese's.
It's Risa.
Gnome breaker.
The Gnome Breaker, thank you.
tree. The gnome wrecker.
You could just call me the Gnome Breaker for short.
Today I learned that trees are called gnome breakers.
Well, just this
I'm
one.
I'm not translating that one.
Just lets that one sit.
There is no sloth equivalent for Gnome Breaker.
Yeah, I imagine that's the tricky one to translate.
Probably.
So we don't have anything to do anymore. At
At
all.
the moment,
Okay.
I'm
I'm
retiring here as the Grand
Yeah,
High
I'm
Priestess
gonna-
of this
To
cult.
get back to my, back to my book is what I'm planning to
I
do.
think we should go kick Blue's ass first.
Yeah, we're gonna do
Who?
that as soon as he shows
Oh,
back
we
up, which he will
Probably
eventually.
do that, yeah.
Now I have a plan to go in there and get him.
Oh, cool.
I mean, it worked on getting this one, so
Wait, you're going and retrieving him, or going to where he is to kill him?
it depends on if it's easier to go there and beat
So-
his ass or drag him out of there and then beat his
So
ass.
this thing you got this guy out of, can you go through it?
I didn't try because they were there.
Ah,
Did it close afterwards?
It did close after nobody was inside it.
What did what close? Oh, the
The
thing he
portal.
The god prison. So yeah, we'll just go to the other god prison, wrench that fucker open, and drag Blue kicking and screaming out and beat his ass.
Yeah, it makes sense to
Okay.
me. Yeah, okay.
I mean, he broke his contract, so.
He did.
I used to be a
Should be some
vengeance
sort of
paladin.
punishment. There needs to be punishment here. And he didn't clean up afterwards, he left all his people there.
Yeah, crazy.
He just kept throwing ragers in your house.
Yeah.
Well, then let's go there.
So it's about Nya on the map. You'll know it because the bones.
It takes 2 tries, but you guys, after the second try, get back to the tower.
We're like, no, this is woods. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, a little farther north, maybe.
Oh,
Which way
I
is
see.
north?
It is Charm's smell that's around here. He's been leaking. That's not terribly good.
Is he bad?
Oh no, he is one of us, but leaking means the door was opened a little bit, but with enough mastery that he was not able to escape, that somebody had enough precision to draw upon him without freeing him. And that's
Draw
troubling.
on him for what?
Yeah,
What are we
that,
talking about?
that's what the bells were for, to keep
A
them
different
sealed.
kind of-
Oh, perhaps I should have paid more care to these bells.
Yeah, so the not gods that sealed you away were using bell rituals to repeatedly seal the thing. And apparently if you stop doing that, the seal goes away eventually.
Interesting.
Or if you shoot a railgun at the
But this asshole went and broke the whole seal and jumped in, so
I
we're
was
gonna have
never
to-
drawn upon throughout the entirety of my imprisonment. Yet Charn was drawn upon. I wonder why no attempts were made to draw upon me, but attempts were made to draw upon him.
Well, the soldier that ran this place went nuts, so that probably had something to do with it.
Who are we talking about?
Yeah, so you're
Another guy.
like the goddess
Oh,
of
not the blue guy.
like the lonely
No.
souls
Oh.
or whatever, right? Like, what is this one?
Oh, he was venerated as the god of harvest, of fertility, and of undeath.
That sounds pretty important.
Okay.
Yes, quite important.
Yeah, what's-
I am actually
Brewing?
somewhat surprised that
Does harvest include
life
brewing?
continued
Probably.
after he
Okay.
was sealed away.
Can we open
want to
him?
help that one.
Now, hang on. What are the odds that he does any of that apocalypse stuff I had you make sure you wouldn't do?
Why would he want to bring about the apocalypse? Unless he has been tormented and tortured and has lost his mind, and then I suppose the world could
Why,
end.
why do you
Wait.
keep thinking that that bitch told you the truth?
Yeah, why the gods were sealed away is because they were going bad?
That's what she said.
That isn't
That is
just
what
what
she
she said. That's what all of recorded.
Oh yes,
history
I'm
said.
sure that it was just invented to create a cult of their own.
That's what all recorded history said, and the only person that tried to actually free them was the guy who was an asshole and betrayed us. So.
Every time anything bad happens, of course, the gods are blamed for not.
Did something bad happen that they were blaming you?
That
Oh, every day that is.
But I mean,
That's-
something
that is the word.
catastrophic that made people finally snap and say, "Oh my God, the gods have gone too far this time."
It's also
They're
all
mortals.
recorded history written by one side without any.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's-
Famines, earthquakes, wars. They happen every day, every year,
So-
every decade, every century.
Can we open Sharon?
I can try.
They-
Last time it just took a lot of prayer and magic gloves.
If
Well, there aren't any
if his mind has been weakened enough that he would try to break the world, he will be weak enough I can freeze him.
That's sound logic.
Yeah, you
Okay.
might need to kick his ass. If you kick his ass, we won't stop you.
Can you summon enough
This
people
is
here
the
so
god
that
of
we can
brewing.
pray to open it?
right. It should
Can't
be
let
fine.
that one
Um,
get kicked in.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
his ass kicked.
I'm
They-
okay.
Like,
They-
we have like 100 soldiers. Can you bring them all here?
You're asking for people who. You haven't done the whole cult spreading thing yet. I don't know that that will be
Okay, so you
effective.
can't do what the other guy could do.
I could bring people. Whether or not they'll be effective is a completely
There
different
are
matter.
soldiers. They have to do whatever we say.
Well, why don't he just get his people?
Oh, if they're
he
yours.
was praying with before that this
He
worked.
does have a point that I don't think they've been effective for anything yet.
Yeah, you could just teleport all the
Yeah,
people.
why don't
in.
you? Why don't you get
If you're just
9
asking for the people from the,
9 has people.
the 5 people will get teleported over here.
There were only 5 people.
No, the
But, I mean, all the people who prayed to open her seal all ran in terror. And
Oh.
she says, "Yeah, that won't work. They're not in a very venerative mood at the moment."
when they pray, they gotta mean it, and those ones ain't gonna mean it. So
I'm surprised it worked in the first place.
she's got
honestly.
95 soldiers at that casino that will just do it.
The 95 soldiers appear around you
Well,
guys,
yeah, but
looking
they're
quite
not gonna need
surprised.
it either.
Behold, literal God right here in front of you.
It doesn't have to be to that one because the other ones are praying to the maiden, and I got this one, the enemy
really?
of the maiden. So they just have to be praying, I guess.
Interesting.
Oh, hi, soldiers.
I'm just gonna sit over here and drink
all ready
and
to
watch
pray
this
to the maiden?
fucking shit show.
Have they formed contracts with you?
It was non-binding. They're just kind of scary.
We had a gentleman's agreement.
I see. Well, if it works, it works. Shameful that the ancient laws of contracts seem to have fallen out of favor so much.
No, there's people trying to make those with us every single day.
That's true, but with other people, we tend to just do kind of like firm handshakes, verbal agreements, and
Other people we just tend to kill.
that too.
But soldiers, look, there's a God, and we are on the ground floor of their cult.
Look
should
at all
be
the
getting
bones.
Contracts with all the businesses that I got.
That is a lot of
I
bones.
didn't ever get contracts from those people.
Do you
We
agree
need
to
to go
pray
back.
with me
Um,
to this gorgeous?
can those of you trying to convince the soldiers make me performance or persuasion rolls? Your choice.
Yeah, just sitting over there drinking.
Why not for persuasion?
Okay.
Well, it's all the same, I suppose. I should be better.
20 total.
7.
Nice. Ah shit, why are you so bad at...
Have you heard her?
What is it about this attempt
The
I-
that
literal
goes so
word.
poorly?
she
I
just
was
said.
raised by tadpoles. I don't have public speaking skills.
Why were you raised by babies?
There's a lot of tadpoles in a swamp, man.
Okay, Ashit's babbling seems to confuse them,
I am
but
very
thankfully,
passionate about it, though.
yeah, that's unfortunately counterproductive.
It
You
makes
say the
sense.
word cult too many times is the problem.
But I also use the
Pimrin,
word ground floor and
Pimrin
opportunity.
Right.
reassures them with his vibrant earnestness and his simple, amiable charms, and is able to convince
Hey, y'all want to go fishing after this?
Yeah.
And that was it.
and convinces them.
They're
you
like
gotta pray
food.
to, just pray to someone. Pray to your dog, I don't care.
They will give it their best shot.
Yeah.
He'll be the PR person, I guess.
I'm the head chef.
Um,
You're gonna need to get someone else.
there is after a few minutes, that same warping in the air becomes apparent. It's difficult to see indoors in the dark, certainly more than when it was out in broad daylight. But it's discernible by the pattern of the stone bricks behind the wavering. The air is wavering. It is quite visible to those of you who have true sight. It is less visible to those of you who do not.
Now that I think about it, if we can just get any reasonable sized group of people together and just pray to open one of these things, that seems kind of dangerous.
So now, what are you gonna do now?
Well, I guess that's why
There
they
it is.
outlawed religion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tear this fucker open, and if you see blue, you just fucking get him.
Okay.
This goddess is blue.
On it.
No, not the
Isn't she?
color, the
Shit,
guy.
like
Oh,
religion.
I shattered the ruby sword, right?
Did you shatter?
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
They shattered against the bell.
Yes, yes.
No, the regular magic
Yeah, the
sword
regular
shattered
sword
and
shattered and
was
was
replaced with
replaced with
ruby.
Right.
The ruby
Yeah,
sword is
okay.
in
It
perfect
didn't
condition.
start
You're right,
as a ruby
yep.
sword.
Yeah.
So this
You're
group
right.
of soldiers would be our traveling prayer band.
For like
that
half a
opens
second.
Portals.
I false remembered it shattering when you were trying to open the wall to get at the maiden, but that's not what you were talking about.
He wouldn't.
You have a
thought I
ruby
shattered
sword.
it, but okay. But my memory sucks.
You might try shooting him with a gun first, so you don't have to go in there. Whichever works.
So,
Goddess.
Nope.
can you give me a charisma guidance and a charisma
Visual lesson.
roll 9?
26.
You rip it open. It's easier this time than it was before, as the threads had already come partially undone and it sewed back up together. You rip it open and you see a vast field of dead leaves, dead trees. It's just so much dead wildlife, bones everywhere, shambling blobs of flesh that just kind of undulate like meaty jellyfish upon the ground. And in the middle of it all is this just really jacked giant dude with very blue skin covered in eyes, who is hovering just a few inches above the ground.
Is that
He
him?
turns and he looks at you and he starts accelerating without like moving his body at all. Just like turns and is coming at you
Was
very
he
quickly.
always blue?
No, that sounds
Shot
more
it.
like.
Oh no. Fucker broke his contract with me.
How would you like to try to shut it?
Dispel magic.
You can try to dispel magic. Would anybody else like to try to dispel magic?
Yes.
I can try, but it won't do much.
We
since I know that.
we weren't planning on him having eaten the god.
No, I'm drawing both swords.
I rolled a 24, so that's, yeah.
Okay.
I also got a 24.
Woo.
It closes.
Spell magic.
We came all this way for this. What
It
the
puts
fuck
its
you did?
arm through and the portal closes and the arm falls to the ground. A bunch of tentacles. A bunch of tentacles sprout from the arm. And you guys just obliterate it very quickly.
Just curves off to get repeated.
Was he always that
What the
jacked?
fuck? Well, we only ever saw him here. We didn't see him wherever the hell he lived.
Yeah, so it looks like that guy ate the god.
Yes, it does. He must have been quite weakened by being drawn upon.
Now we really gotta kill him. He ate the brew god.
But I suppose
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got that
He's
now.
fucking.
If he-
Open that back up.
if he
We got time to get a little ultimate power first. So what can we do
You
to
already
eat
gave
this?
me-
I
ultimate
think
power.
you have
We know-
ultimate power.
What if we just
I can't imagine that he'd be strong enough to pose any threat to you.
But we know where he is now, so we can get see what other
Or
guys
you
we
could
can
just-
awaken to put against him first.
I am quite disturbed at the ease with which ordinary mortals were just able to make the door to the prison visible.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, right? Like,
I do not feel comfortable with leaving that possibility.
So can he get out of there? Is he stuck?
Not on his own, certainly not. Otherwise, he would have gotten out on his own.
I mean, we can leave the soldiers here to guard it for now.
yeah. So
And it still took me to tear it open.
Yes, that is the other half of it.
Can
what
you?
if, with all of our castings of Dispel Magic every day, we come here, we open it, he sticks a little bit through, we close it
And
again.
slowly eat him
Slowly
away.
chop little bits off of him.
You don't think he's stupid enough to fall for that, do you?
Well, we won't know if we try, right?
I imagine the next time you open it, he'll be waiting. Probably have changed his shape.
Can you make some kind of alarm on this thing so if it opens, like we'll be notified wherever we are?
Oh yes,
Okay,
can
do
even
that.
have it transport you immediately to the
But
location.
I don't know if I want that. I want the option to do that, but put an alarm on there
All right.
Just kick the crap out of every one of these things.
and have it notify each of us in case we're separated.
It'll transport you immediately and Eddie knows
A-
what's happening.
And it'll
A,
transport
like,
him immediately.
A big fancy ritual-looking portal appears, like made of stone. No, made of solid gold with all the fancy markings.
Of course it is, yeah.
And like just with a big ol' loop of gold around where that shimmer had appeared. That
That won't draw attention to it.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's everybody needs to know where it was. That's how the mortals will keep a vigilant mind about it.
And how will we be notified if it opens?
Oh, you'll know.
Okay.
You know, this does
Diarrhea.
look like a place that mortals would come to pray.
And I
Well,
want-
yes, we'll simply instruct them to pray that it remains sealed forever.
If it opens, I would like him to be transported immediately so that he can close.
You will all,
No.
those of you
No.
who...
Just him.
I'm afraid you do not have the authority to ask that.
No.
So if you're gonna use my casino for this,
Uh-huh.
I want all the pilgrimage concessions from all of the pilgrimage places that you open up here.
All of them?
Yeah.
No, the cult needs something. The cult can't run itself. That's our
I don't
profits.
need, no, I mean all of the places, not all of the money you collect. I just
Oh.
want a cut.
The
Yeah,
cult
you
can
can have
literally ask, money please. or
There we go.
But
It's about transaction, not wealth.
We need
Right.
people to give up their wealth to the cult, or they won't be beholden to the cult. Like they need.
it is a
It's
very powerful form of devotion.
yes. I mean that's kind of how cults operate.
There we go. Well,
right,
It is truly not about the money, it is about the
so
people.
we need to set up shrines all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but shut up. We. This guy was
Just
pretty
wanted to be
powerful to
just
begin with. Not out of the realm of possibility that we could have just beaten his ass. He wasn't that powerful.
Oh, you cut off his arm easily enough.
But now,
He ate a god. He's gotta be pretty powerful.
yeah, he just ate
Yes,
one of you.
Chon was clearly very weak. He
But that
clearly has
brings
been
up-
drawn upon for hundreds of years.
Another problem, which is if the god is dead, does someone replace them?
Yeah, can you make up like a baby god to replace him?
Oh, they, come about naturally.
Do they?
That's how mortals work. If you let them.
Oh. So the mortals will sense a hole in their pantheon and fill it, and a god will just
It-
sprout out of their imagination?
It's a very crude way of putting it, but yes.
I only have crude ways of putting things. Okay, well we can make that happen.
So long as
I will become the new god of brewing.
so long as any mechanisms that might
Can we
prevent
become a
that
god?
from happening are removed.
Can he become the god?
I don't think so.
Oh.
The stuff in the vials, ask him about that.
What, the blue stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What is the stuff that the people were breathing out that they were collecting?
It's
It's like
It's
essence
very
of being-
magic. I'm not entirely sure what that is. That's very strange.
Does it look soul-y to you?
It was like
Not
pieces of
really,
their soul.
no.
The
Is
guy
this-
that ate that god was making that.
It's a sort of energy that I'm not familiar with.
Is this something that's in all people?
Dude, it's the original energy drink.
Could it be like dream-related?
Because they were.
If it is related to that form of magic you are describing, which I am unfamiliar with, that
Should we
seems
just take
likely.
him to the dreaming.
So you don't know how he could have been using this to gain
I
power.
don't know.
Well, it is power, so if one were to consume it,
Do you want to see the dreaming?
I would.
Real fine.
I
Okay.
don't know what'll happen, but we could try it.
And I'll
Do you want to take
key
it to the
out.
mansion or to the lighthouse?
I can take it into my house. That didn't work out well last time.
Well, yeah, but the maiden is at the lighthouse or nearby.
We were never sure where the hell she was.
That's where she went. It was near the lighthouse.
We
So I
just
don't know if-
kick her ass though.
Well, yeah, it's time to. Do
I didn't
what
know if you wanted
do
to
begin
invite
with.
that right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Whatever.
You guys are now immortal. Supposedly.
But the mansion key doesn't bring you into your house. It just brings you like to the front yard.
Well, yeah, but that's nowhere near the lighthouse.
He's a god. If he wants to go to your,
Why not just go to the lighthouse?
I'm pretty sure the
Because we're
mansion
in
is
there.
a pocket
Taking out the
dimension.
key to the
adjoining
dreaming
the-
and just opening the portal to
dreaming,
the
not yeah,
lighthouse.
dreaming. So anyway, the dreaming. You go there when you're asleep.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of giant crab gods that are bad, and
Watch out for alligators in the sewer.
it's like an ocean of
Your body
nothingness that
stay
goes into
outside
space.
this- oh,
Interesting.
thing.
And the whole thing is run by the Neverborn, who
Is it-
wanted to kill us for a while.
Is it perhaps just a portal to another planet?
No.
I don't know.
Because that's what it sounds like
No,
to
because
me.
when we go there, our bodies stay behind.
I don't know, I dipped in the water and it was kind of like I saw all
But
of
not
time.
always.
Oh.
So it seemed pretty
Because he and I took our bodies the last time we were.
Yeah, but I don't remember why.
I wonder-
The mansion, not the dreaming. So,
I thought the mansion was in the dreaming.
I don't know.
I think the mansion's in a pocket dimension that connects to the dreaming with
The
the
mansion
Lord.
is the mansion
is-
with a different key.
Possible
Well, we could go.
that while
into the mansion and then through the portal.
All of us have been sealed away. All of that devotion has not been flowing into the ones who set themselves up as your gods, but have just been diverted into a sort of congealing pool that's turned into what you're describing. I don't know of any other source of power that could allow
that's the
for what you're
dreaming
describing.
there, through that hole.
Oh, you opened the dreaming key?
Yeah, open that.
The lighthouse key?
That is how odd. I can't see anything in there.
Stick your head in.
She sticks her head in. It's just all black.
I keep forgetting this was a girl.
Yeah,
It's probably just because Mortal said, hey, this is our goddess. It probably does not matter terribly much to her.
Yes.
No, it's just blackness.
Well, we go there, it's like a whole place, and we can manifest things through our will.
So can you sleep? Like, is that something you can do?
That is a thing mortals do.
So you
No.
People
may not
tend to
have
go there when
access to
they're
it.
asleep.
They didn't used to. I can tell you that much.
Was the Neverborn a thing when you were around before?
No, that means nothing to me.
Okay, maybe they did something to make all that a thing.
Can we bring one
Maybe
here?
we made them.
Okay, so we can't take this one to the dreaming.
Or they'd be there and blind. In any case, it doesn't sound like their power retreats to
That kind of defeated my purpose anyway.
Anyway, that's where the one squid girl is, so...
So mortals have managed to make for themselves a realm where the gods cannot touch.
I mean, why not? They
Interesting.
made God sealing magic.
I don't know if mortals made this or not. We can get there because of the blue guy.
Didn't you say that it's sort of like mortals make the gods over time?
Yes.
So that kind of tracks that mortals could make something gods couldn't touch then.
You know, the gods
suppose.
took away and no God to make. Then all of our God make energy just kind of went into the dreaming.
Yeah. that
It's
sounds-
like a God dimension that gods can't go to.
Well, see, now I have to know. I'm gonna open the way to the mansion and see if they can see the mansion or not.
Oh yes. I can see that. That is also
Okay.
the dreaming.
It's
We
No,
don't
that's
know.
my house.
It's a lovely house.
there's a portal in there that connects to places in the dreaming.
That is also interesting.
It's a mechanism.
Where else it might connect to?
Do you
Well,
want
we
to,
asked the butler, and he said it only connected to places in the dreaming as far as he knew, and he's sort of the expert on it.
Okay, well,
I don't think
Do
he's
you-
ever tried to connect it to not the dreaming. 'cause
do
he
you
was
want to
mad.
walk through the lighthouse portal and see what happens?
Not terribly. I just got out of imprisonment. I would prefer not to walk into a place where
you can't be imprisoned there.
No, we don't know. Damn. What if they just can't get back out? It's like a fly.
yes,
in
I'd rather
glass.
not. I'd rather not risk it.
That was,
Perhaps in a few hundred years
that
when
was the
I'm
whole idea.
sure my strength is more robust.
Well,
The whole idea was either they'd be stuck on the other side, or their body would be here, but they wouldn't be here.
Besides, that's what I have these people for. They can do things like that for me.
What people?
the
You
cult.
all you ding dong.
What is a cult for if not to send into unknown regions?
Yeah, it does sound pretty culty. Well, I say we figure out how best to kick this guy's ass. Like, did the god have special weaknesses, or
Well, I think if you know that one of the disciples of the person who sealed us all away is in this dreaming, how about you go and bring her back so that she could face some justice?
no? We don't know where she is. Getting to places.
Well, why
in
don't
the
you go find her
dreaming
then?
Who, the
Okay.
maiden?
It's non.
Yes.
We know where the maiden is. Well, we're pretty sure we know where the maiden is.
It's non-Euclidean in there.
Who?
We
I
can
don't know
s-
what that
I
means.
don't know who you.
You can walk for hours and only go a few steps, or
Well, yeah, but could we
It-
just take the boat?
we
could
can't
see,
summon the boat.
We could see the lighthouse from where the maiden ended up. Like, it's on the same little island, isn't it?
Maybe.
So,
Do you-
So,
if- do
so
you-
what do we get if we go get this person? I'm not one of your people. I'm not.
I couldn't care less what you do.
Contract,
The
yeah.
laws of
They-
physics and
These
distance
three are
and
my
reality
minions. They
don't
will do what
really
I tell them
apply
to.
Okay.
You can go if you
You've never
wish.
seen this one in action. This one just goes belly down on the ground.
So you can't just summon the
shit.
maiden here?
No, I can feel nothing that is within there.
She's safe.
If you ever need to get away from him, now we know where you can go.
I could give you a boat. I don't know if it would exist within the dreaming, but I
It
could
has
give
to
you
be
one.
able to sail the
Yeah,
murky
there's a boat
non-waters
there.
of space or something.
Well, it could sail through space, certainly.
This is seeming less like related to the chosen one then, if not related to the dream.
Well, it's
Seems like so far y'all haven't gotten a damn thing from this.
Well,
we can
That's a
try,
long
but
talk.
getting to anywhere is it's not how it works here.
We can go to the lighthouse, but we can't really get back. The only way to get back is to wake up. We can't just travel between the two places.
Have you tried opening the mansion in there?
I could summon you back from other planes. I could summon you back from there, I suppose.
Well, then you
But
could
she-
reach
there.
there.
Yeah,
How
but
the hell
the,
are you
the whole
gonna
point is
summon
to
us
bring the
back
maiden
from
back. You can't.
Yo, let me test that real quick. I'll jump down into it.
They
Well, I
probably-
can still sense you. I can't see you, but I can sense you.
Can you bring him back?
You reappear.
Well, he had to just collapse. Like his body collapsed.
Oh, yeah, I probably fell up in the air, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
I was on the floor.
Yeah, if you did not take your body with you, which I guess you wouldn't
We
have
don't
had the
have that
opportunity
option.
to do that here, you would have. Your body would have fallen down from the sky. You would have returned to it in mid-fall.
Huh, okay. Catch myself in my wings before I...
So yes, that was quite odd.
Did you sense like two of me? Or just the one of me?
No, just the one.
Okay.
The one that
You're-
was here or the one that was there?
Your soul left your body.
Ah. Well, there
How,
we go.
how do we use that to bring the maiden back?
Does she have to be alive? Because I still have a contract to kill her.
I would prefer her to be alive, yes. I would.
Okay, so what do you pay?
If he tries to kill her, kill him.
Okay, so what do you pay?
I do not negotiate with mortals. You'll
Just,
be dead
like,
soon
give
enough.
him
All you did with these three.
Give him a whole bunch
negotiate
of
with
gold. It'll
mortals.
mean nothing to you.
You are
and
such
he
a liar.
will-
This one is like...
Would you like some gold? Would gold persuade you not to kill her?
Not now. You had your chance. You threw that away.
See, there is no negotiating with mortals.
Yeah.
What if we need him? Because, you know, like...
What on earth would
He's
you
probably
need
the
him
best
for?
god code we have among...
I don't know. She just kind of whooped him last time.
I wasn't there last time.
Hey, you
I was
were-
a
you were-
cloud. I would have gone sleep.
You were a cloud.
differently.
Why were you a
Don't
cloud?
worry about it. It's not your business.
All right.
Yeah, he's got the best record against...
Turning into a cloud does seem useful, but you are.
He doesn't have the best record because he was also asleep when we fought the soldier.
If we kill her, what would be my
No,
reward
just wait for that.
specifically?
No, he got struck by lightning and dropped it.
Everything.
You're,
If,
And then we'll
if
cut
you
the fight.
you will not kill her.
If we
You
bring her back somehow, which we can't do.
everything your heart desires, as has already been promised to you.
Yeah,
What about everything my body desires?
Yeah, that has already also been promised to you.
Nice.
So you're not going to gain anything by doing his bidding ever again in
You-
your entire lifetime.
That is correct. You will gain nothing
You
more than what
gain-
has not already been
And
given
he's
to you.
given you nothing so far, except allowed you to give yourself a title,
He gave me a cult.
which you have to build. He hadn't given you a cult. He
He-
gave you the permission to
gave
build
the-
a cult in her name.
He gave the cult. She gave the cult a focus. Cults need a
Okay.
focus. I can't just make a cult on you know.
You could have.
It would not have been nearly.
People do it all the time.
She told you didn't need this to make a cult.
But this
Specifically
way,
told
the
you
cult
this.
has a backbone. Trust me, it'll be great. Just,
You all signed a contract and got nothing.
I just joined up because...
He-
but I haven't lost
We were
anything
already-
either. So
Like 75% on her side.
yeah, like
Done.
we also kind of need her because we have a lot of enemies now.
Who?
this-
They're all dead. Except for the one dude that you just cut the arm off.
She
of.
makes a golden spike, once more covered with all the fancy engravings. Stick this through her, and I'll be able to draw her back, probably.
Okay.
If I cannot, I certainly will not hold it
take
against
that.
you.
I'm
She'll,
good.
she'll give you each one.
You'll
I
take-
probably need to hit them with it. You're not good at.
we
You need
each
to
have one.
pierce the flesh. If she has no flesh, well, you'll figure something out.
Ha! I'll do it. I keep rolling 2.
Bonk.
It's hard to do that from the badger hole.
I got a
I think
total
there's
of
any
a negative
dream
one.
battles. Inventory. And custom item.
It may take
There are only
a long
custom
time.
items.
I can wait. I have all the time in the world.
Yeah.
I won't forget what that
Right.
No,
is.
this is an either right now thing or.
It's tomorrow. I used all my spells. We did a lot of dispel magic.
I mean, I'd be okay with going in, but yeah, I mean, tomorrow would be easier.
I don't think it matters to her.
We'll take a nap. But
You all gain the benefits of a long rest.
Oh
Nice.
shit.
What, just like that?
Yes.
Nice.
Suddenly I feel extremely well rested.
And you all level up.
What?
Okay.
Is it because
Including
he's 10 to 9?
Solaire.
Why? Why does he get that?
you don't give him that.
He was not nearly as loyal to our.
5.
Loyal for what? Y'all have signed a contract and gotten 0.
You
You
level up.
got nothing.
We leveled up for one, and for another, I haven't lost anything, and I get to be the leader of a cult.
I mean, you got a cool title out of it that you gave yourself.
Yeah,
Yes.
I couldn't have done that otherwise.
I get challenged.
I'm sure there's.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm sure there is a logic here someplace. It's just a little.
Probably.
Oh, so I got this level. Oh, right. Okay, good. The toilet cleric's challengeability is quite good.
The toilet cleric? What the fuck is a toilet cleric?
Made up.
Twilight
It's
cleric.
the toilet
The
cleric.
toilet cleric, yeah.
Twilight clerics are very, very good.
Yeah.
Solaire's power does not come so much from him being actually given power, so much as you guys just kind of like suck god power into you passively. There was a lot of it residually in the air.
I think I had an ability score improvement I didn't take. It's high. It's got like a
She just kind of like
thing around it.
fire extinguish foamed.
Yeah.
God
a
power
long
in your
time
general
ago, you were
directions.
supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oops.
What did you just barely do?
At level 8, there was an ability score improvement I could have taken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of
No.
Or a feat.
I took
potentially
a feat.
important. What did you
mind.
take?
I took a feat, Warcaster, but it's
Oh,
not
that's
in
very
here,
good.
so that's
Oh,
why it's
okay.
still
That's-
highlighted.
all right.
Gotcha.
Well, that's good to know.
I'm not as stupid as I thought I was. How do I level? There. I get another ability score improvement.
Alright.
Nice.
Level.
And we will be done there for tonight. And you guys will go into the dreaming next session.
Alright.
Um,
Thank you, Herman.
Thank you guys.